Hello, guys. Welcome to another day of psychology. My name is Ilene Medina, and we will be talking about operant conditioning and how it relates to my education. To start off, there are things to review. So, first, there are two primarily types of learning which fall into classical and operant conditioning. Classical conditioning is basically two stimuli that are linked together through association to produce respondent behavior. On the other hand, operant conditioning are consequences that lead to a change in voluntary behavior, which is, in other words, learning by consequence. Now, it is important to focus on the details because it is really easily mistaken the difference between classical and operant conditioning. So, how is this divided? This is divided into two different sections, which is reinforcement and punishment. Reinforcement is to increase behavior, and punishment is to decrease behavior. It is further divided into positive and negative. Positive is the addition of stimulus, and negative is the removal of stimulus. So, for example, number one, we have positive reinforcement, which is positive stimuli is added to uphold the behavior. In this situation, we have straight A's and result of coffee and movie night. Why is this positive reinforcement? Because a reward is given, which is coffee, because it is a pleasant consequence because I can't I am not allowed to drink coffee often since it is unhealthy. So receiving straight A's would give me something pleasant, and this affects my education because in order to get what I desire, I must work and study, which will greatly impact my grades. So, for example, number two, we have negative reinforcement. Negative stimuli is subtracted in order to uphold the behavior. In this case, we have taking my dogs on a walk and result in parents stop nagging. How is this negative reinforcement? The unpleasant consequence is taken away. This affects my education because my parents are teaching me to quit being lazy, and I learn to do things when I am first told to rather than waiting until a further time. For example, number three, we have positive punishment. Unpleasant stimuli is added in order to decrease behavior. In this case, we have tardy for school, and in result or consequence, we have email is sent to parents and I receive a lecture. So why is this situation positive punishment? The behavior is decreased. This affects my education because I learned that it is important to be punctual at all times when it comes to school and to work, and it will come in handy in the future. Also, there will be change in my grades because I will be more focused and punctual, which would also help my the first example, which is positive reinforcement. For example number four, we have negative punishment. It is pleasant stimuli is subtracted in order to decrease behavior. In this case, disrespectful and irresponsible is a result to no more going out. In what way is the situation negative punishment? It removes unpleasant consequences, and punishment is by removal, which means if we do something negative, it would result in something negative. So it eliminates each other out, and you will learn something at the end of the day, which affects your education. This affects my education because I will learn to consider my actions and use of words around everyone. I will also be more responsible with my tasks and I will deal with the consequences. I learn to be a better student, daughter, and furthermore. So, one thing I wanted to add is that education is not only about school, not about math, reading, or anything else, but it can also be about your learning throughout your development stages because at the end of the day, classical and operant conditioning will always help you learn. So, yes, thank you for listening, and that is it for this video. Have a great day.